Ball. Ball. Big ball? What are these guys? Small. Yeah, plastic. All right, so time-wise, how much time do you guys have today? Because I can run probably, sometimes I run like 9:05, I run a little over. If you can't, I'll keep it right to 9. Right. Is it okay with you too? Full house, yeah. I know, full house, right? Exercise. Front and center, baby, front and center. All right, well, when you get settled here, and then we'll jump right in. I want to do rollover today in honor of Joseph Pilates. March Madness. March Madness.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. Check it out on Instagram. Yep. So every day of the month of March, someone posts, a whole bunch of people will post one exercise from the beginning of the repertoire all the way through to the very end. So it starts with hundreds and works his way through. So I think yesterday was rollover. Today is single leg stretch. I'm not single leg stretch, single leg circles. You're not at single leg stretch yet. That's later. But it's really interesting because you see all these different variations, right? But I saw today the very classical rollover to its full expression. So I'm going to show you that. And, all right, we'll have it, right? Then we'll know it. Because you see so many variations, you're like, well, what was the original one? Yeah. You know, so yeah, I got to see it. I didn't realize the full expression was after you roll over, you don't just come back to the ceiling. You keep going. Your legs come all the way down, and you come back up. Ooh, right? And you roll over again. Legs come all the way down, and they come up. And then we'll see how that. Yeah, and then you go there. Then the legs open. You roll over. The legs come down. Let's see. Wait.
All right, that does not sound pretty.
No, the other way.
We'll watch you.
Yeah, we'll watch you, Jayne, exactly.
Oh, yeah. So you open, down, the legs come together. So anyway, I never do it in the reverse direction either. So I may have to, my brain may have to.
Oh, the lights were.
Is nobody
watching us?
I
switch off the lights?
I don't know if anyone's on. We have to see if anyone is on.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
can see, so I'm fine, no problem.
I don't see.
Yeah, no problem.
Nobody.
And let's switch turn the lights off.
No, no,
Wait, somebody
Can
complained.
you turn them partway down?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what you can do is
Can you
turn them off and these color
Oh,
ones
that's
in the
right.
back you can put on.
All right, but we just need to make sure that nobody
Provide a
is
little
on.
light. Turn on the other switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Will you know if somebody's on? Because these guys want to turn the lights off, but we hesitate if somebody's on because they're hesitate. So I can't tell if anybody's on.
I don't think anyone is right now.
We've done it before with the lights
I
off.
know.
And
I was on.
it's a little dim, but that's okay. You can see.
Yeah, the videos, you can still see you.
Okay,
So-
all right, let's do it, you guys. So feet.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Yeah, with.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's on right now.
Yeah, I
So
know.
find your hip bones. Make sure your feet are right underneath your hips. All 10 toes are facing forward. Let's just roll the shoulders a little bit back. Get the tension out.
What tensions?
Tension, we just woke up. And then 3 cups of coffee. All right, let's inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, chin to chest. Let's roll down. Love this first roll down. The back feels so good. Fingertips on the mat. Let the head be heavy. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, let's round it up. And right away, the abs draw in and up. You can already feel that C curve. It's helping for those abs drawing in and up. Lift you back up again. Pelvic floor lifts you back up. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. Head lows up. Inhale again. Exhale, round down. So this is really like a roll up, right? This is a standing roll up. It's called a roll down, of course, but You get the idea. It's the exact same movement we do when we roll up. Fingertips touch the mat. Inhale. Exhale. And let the head float up a last minute. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. This time we'll stay at the bottom. And place the palms of the hands on the mat. Bend knees. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, straighten the legs, but be careful, we're still cold. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And exhale. This time we'll roll it back up. And just as the head is floating up, let's bring the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms back down. Let's place the hands on the shoulders for the shoulder circles. Inhale up. Exhale back. Let's do 4 more. I love this light. This is so great. Last one. We go the other way. And we'll do one more. And then bring the arms down by your side. Let's reach one arm up. I'm going to go a little wider here. I'm going to reach one arm up to the lateral stretch as if you're sliding down the wall behind you. So if I am here, of course this wall is, is arched, but if it weren't, right, I'm going to reach up and over and I don't want to rotate forward. So I like to look up at the ceiling and that keeps my shoulder back. And then I'm getting a nice lateral stretch. Come back up to center. Inhale and then exhale over. And back up. And come up, let's do the other side. Down, hands on hips. Externally rotate the legs. And we do the hip circles. Inhale forward. Exhale back. So we got one full breath as you come on. This is to stretch up the front of the hips. Just get a nice lower back stretch here. And it lubricates the hips too. All the forward flexion we're going to do. Let's go the other way. And we'll come back to center, bring the feet in, back to parallel. Let's do 3 torso rolls in each direction. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Slight grounding. Inhale, slight back bend as we extend. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reach back. And we go the other way. So you always try to inhale on the extension of the muscle and exhale on the flexion. And keep that as a rule of thumb, although you can breathe any way you want as long as you breathe. And then let's hang over. Inhale, bottom. Exhale, round it up. And we can start. All right, so I'm going to come to the front of my mat. And I don't like this orientation because the hands are behind me. So this will be weird, but that's okay. I'll have a little hill here. Downhill. Okay. So we'll come to the front of our mats. Stack the arms. Now I'm gonna stack them the other way. So whichever way is natural, go the other way. And whichever foot steps back, step the other one back. All right, okay. Pelvic floor lifts up, abs draw in and up. We're gonna reach through the crown of the head and we're gonna sit down. Yeah, nice. Grab the ball. We're gonna put the ball between the knees. We're just gonna do some crunches to start. So we're gonna roll all the way down. And you can bring the heels a little closer to the sit bones. The knees are bent, feet are flat, and you're squeezing the ball. We're gonna place the hands behind the head, and the head and shoulders are gonna lift. So we're squeezing the ball and we're looking straight at that ball. So from here, we're gonna inhale as we lower and exhale as we lift. Again, we inhale on that extension. So inhale on the extension, exhale on the flexion. So as we do this, just keep going here. You're thinking about the ribs gliding down toward the hips. And the head is resting in the hands. So we're not pulling on the head at all. The head and shoulders just come along for the ride. The torso is doing all the work here. And that motion, that belly button pressing down into spine is what's lifting you up. Hold it for like a second when you come to the top. Don't be in a hurry to go back down. We're going to hold the next one up now for more than a second. Hold it, bring the arms to hip level, squeeze the ball. We're going to do a lateral slide here. So I'm going to reach my right fingertips towards my right ankle. And I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to just warm up the obliques here. Squeezing the ball. By squeezing the ball, we are stabilizing through the pelvis. All around helps us to do that. So we're only movements coming from the waist up. Jaw. Come back to center. Place the hands back behind the head. Head rest in the hands. We're going to do a rotation here now, like when we do our crisscross, except just the torso. So I'm going to rotate my opposite shoulder, my left shoulder to my right knee. I'm going to look down at my bottom elbow and reach the other elbow up to the ceiling. And then I'm going to come back to center. Just the tips of my shoulder blades are on the mat. I rotate the other way and I come back. So I stay lifted and I reach the elbow and center. And I reach and I spring and center. And I reach. And nice pan. And reach. And center. You're feeling your obliques? And center. I love the obliques. There. Right up there. Like my favorites. I've said this before, but the nice thing about the obliques, when you really work them, you can see them. Unlike our six pack, which takes a very low body fat. See the six pack. Last one here. And then bring the head down. Take a rest. And then bring the arms down by the sides. All right, we're gonna remove the ball.
Whoops, sorry.
Balls in line. With the fingertips, so both knees are bent right now. We're gonna straighten just one leg, the right leg is gonna straighten. The head and shoulders are gonna lift again. So we're gonna stay in this torso flexion. We're gonna lift the legs alternating. So here's what's happening. The straight leg lifts and lowers, and the bent one lifts and lowers. So alternating. So first the straight leg and then the bent leg. Yep, there you go. And make sure you're curled up enough so that your abs are working, and they should already be on fire. So press the low back into the mat. Can you feel it?
Yes.
I can too. A seemingly simple looking exercise. It's like an abs on fire. All right, last one there. And keep the head up, and the right knee straighten the left leg. Maybe come up 1 inch. Let the head rest in the hand, don't pull on the neck. Here we go. Straight leg lifts. And like this. You're looking straight through the thighs. I don't know where I found this one. That was killer. Let's do 2 more. One, and last one here. Beautiful. Nice work. All right, take a break. Take a breath, bring the knees into the chest. We're going to place hands under the thighs, rock up to sitting or rolling like a ball. Well, this is going to be interesting because I'm rolling uphill. I'll try not to go down on the low part.
Turn around and roll down.
Yeah, good. I could roll downhill, right? It'd be better. All right, so just three old plain, rolling like a ball, not tight. This is going to be a loose one, so hands can go here. So first get into the position. So they can be here. The key though is to think about the heels and the sit bones, that distance not changing when you go back and you come back up, because what we want to do is we want to kick the legs out to help us get up, but we don't want to do that. All right, so start with the C curve. So you're looking into your center. All right, so only when we come up for the V-sit do we straighten the back and roll the shoulders back. But for now, we're rolling, so we don't want to whack our heads. We're going to inhale as we go back. Here we go. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, come up. Yes, we try to keep that balance. Let's go again. Inhale back. Exhale up. So Pam, stay really small. Keep the heels near the butt. So don't let those legs come out. You're doing almost a rollover, which is great when we do rollover. This is a little different. Okay, ready, you go. Inhale back. I want to watch your foot. There you go. And up. Yes, beautiful. And inhale back and make sure you do 1 and 3.
Yeah, I just want to do a rollover.
There you go. Yes, beautiful. Go again, one more time. Play around with it. Nice. Nice, Helen. Beautiful. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Excellent. So now we're going to do another set of them, a little tighter, but for now, we're going to, let's straighten the left leg, hold on to the right knee, pull into the shin, and roll down. This is hard to do. Good transition to single leg stretch. So pull that knee in close. The heel, again, very close to the sit bone. And that's what you want to think about there as you pull that knee in. The other leg can be at 45 or a little, wherever you want it to be there. And then we switch, pull it in and switch. So the length, the straight leg is lengthening out. You're pulling the bent knee in to the chest, and the heel is coming toward the sit bone. And you're looking straight through your thighs. And you're pointing the toes. And 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring these in. Flex feet, point toes. We're going to go for double leg stretch right away. 5 of them. Inhale, reach them out. Exhale, bring them in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Inhale, reach. 4 nice time. Reach. And hold it there. Bring the head down. Let's rock side to side. Nice job. Those are hard. All this stuff is hard. No doubt about it. Okay, So from here, rock up to sitting for another set of rolling like a ball. This time, if you want to try a tighter ball, okay, meaning maybe you could grab your wrist and really make a tight ball. So the tighter you make it, you have to stay this way, right? So it's the coming up part, it's the rolling up that's going to get you. So when you roll back, that's good. And then, stay right there. So that's where the abs really kick it in. You're going to feel it. Okay, go for it. Do 3 or 4. Then you want nice technique. Yes.
But then your arms are going to work on.
Yeah, that's okay. Though. Just hold on, because eventually your abs will do all the work for you. You're still, you're still. We wobble a little, and that's okay as we kind of get it. But the more you practice it, the stronger the abs will get. Yes, you're neat. Beautiful job. Good, Pam. And Pam, you can stay rounded. Stay rounded all the way through it. Yeah, good. Awesome. All right, so from here, now we'll get out of the round. We'll roll the shoulders back, bring the legs to tabletop, reach them out. Reset. So really roll their shoulders back and imagine that there's the light in the chest and it's open and it's really nice. Beautiful V. If you want to straighten, if you feel like you can straighten, go ahead. Maybe the arms come up even higher. These are all advanced things. You don't have to do these. The most important thing is that the chest is open and just the low back is rounded. That's it. And then bring it back down. Take a little rest. That always gets me in the flexor. I'm going to do the work, which is why when you practice that, if you find that, I was telling you guys sometimes, just turn the legs out, and that will take a little bit of that grip off the flexors. Yeah, the psoas muscles. All right, we're going to go down for a scissor. So just roll it back down and bring the legs up to the ceiling. Inhale, quad, always good. Let's bring the head and shoulders up. Place the hands behind the calf, and we pulse, and switch. So we've got the toes pointed. The torso is lifted. Crown of the head is reaching up. Don't let the crown of the head lower as you do this. Flex the feet if you want. That always gets me. And do one more each side. And then bend the knees. Bring in. I'm going to do lower and lift, but with a little different twist to it. Bring the feet back down onto the mat. Press the right ankle over the left knee. Lift the left foot off the mat. And straighten the left leg. We're going to leave both feet flexed if you like. Fingertips behind the head, head and shoulders lift. So this is our position for lower and lift. Low back stays on the mat. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, and lower. And lift. Can you feel it in the left quad? And lift. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful job. And then bring it down. Switch. Left ankle over right thigh. Bring that right foot up the mat. Straighten the leg. And here we go. We're looking straight through this. Our legs. Here we go. Lower. On the inhale. Exhale up. Inhale lower. Lower. And lower. On the abs today. One more for good luck. Because I lost count. And the knee. Bring the head down. Very good. All right, from here, we're gonna do tick-tock, which is just the tilt from one side to the other. It's the pelvis moving the legs from the right to the left, tick-tock, like a pendulum. That is our prep for the corkscrew. It's actually a modified corkscrew, because then what we do is we circle the legs around. I'll give you the cues for that. And then we'll do rollover. When you put all those together, you get the full expression of the corkscrew. We're not going to do that, but we are going to do the full expression of the rollover today. All right, so let's start with the legs to the ceiling. I love how all these build on each other. Arms are long on your sides. Press the shoulders down, backs of the arms down. So now what we're doing here is we're actually tilting. The pelvis has to move here, not the legs. If you only move the legs, just watch what happens when I just move the legs. Do you see how when I go to the right, my right leg gets longer than my left? Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, we want you to move from the pelvis, which means in order to keep the legs the same length, I've got to lift the left hip off the mat. And I'm leaving the left shoulder on the mat. Okay, so there's a lot of control through the pelvis that has to happen there. Well, I'm going to tilt the other way. And I go as far as I can to keep that opposite shoulder down. And then I've got to use my obliques to bring it back. So just play with that. Do a couple in each direction. And this is a really good prep again for the corkscrew. Get that side. That side engagement. And only go as far as feels comfortable. If you go too far, then you lose the engagement.
If you can't straighten your legs, what's more important than you keep them?
Yeah, bend is fine. Yep,
Okay.
yep, because you're working on pelvic
Okay.
stability here. Yep, and your obliques are doing the work. Your legs are just coming along for the ride here. Yep, so you can bend them more if you want.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to take it to the next piece. The next piece to add to this is the circle, the leg circle. So they first come over to the right, they lower down. It's like a half circle all the way over to the left, so now my right hip is off the mat. And then I come back to the ceiling. Similarly, I go the other way. I circle, and only go as low as you can control it all the way around. So do a few more of those, see how that feels. Nice. Good job. Those look great. All the way over, semicircle, all the way to the other side. Beautiful job. And then come back to center when you've had enough, take a break. And from here, we will go to rollover. Now, is everybody comfortable with the rollover without the ball? Because we always have that ball. You know if you want to use the ball. If you want to use the ball to give yourself just a few more inches, yeah, just put it right under the sacrum. Does anybody know where their sacrum is? It's that triangle bone, just a bit right below your tailbone, or right around your tailbone. Tailbone's here. Sacrum is, I guess it's right above your tailbone. So it's that nice flat part of your pelvis. And so you can place the ball there if you feel like you need it to help to get you up and over. If you don't need it, I'll use it. All right, so let's practice a few of these with the legs straight to the ceiling. Glue the legs together, arms long on your side, pressing those shoulders down. Again, just like we did. We inhale to prepare. On the exhale, we lift the hips up and over. So the legs are parallel to the mat. Then we separate the legs. Now, in the classical, you separate as far as you can. When we do it, we usually just do shoulder width. And flex the feet. Now, at this point, you're going to press the heels toward the back wall. Like they're reaching for the back wall. They're fighting to go to the back wall, and your hips are coming forward. You get that oppositional stretch. The legs are still wide. Point the toes at the ceiling and then continue to lower the legs to about 45 degrees. When they get to 45, bring them together and back to 90. So that is the move. So let's do that. I have to move forward a little bit. Do one more with you. And then we'll watch. Okay, so legs to ceiling. Inhale first. Exhale, press up and over. Now flex the feet. If you can get your toes to touch the mat, go ahead, but you don't have to. It can be parallel. Separate the legs. And again, press those heels back as the hips come forward. And there's your control there, because the heels are trying to control you to the back of the wall. Hips are bringing you forward. When you get to the ceiling, point the toes, come all the way down to 45. And bring the legs together, up to 90 again. So try that about 2 more times on your own. So you really wait until the sacrum has landed on the mat before you lower those legs down. So Lori, on the way down, you can leave them separated until they come to 45.
Gotcha.
And then bring them together and come up.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. You're doing the hard part. Yeah, there you go, Pam. Keep going low, 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 low to 40. And then bring them together and up. Nice. Yes. Point. Yep. All the way. Go all the way down to 45 and then up. Go out on my own. Beautiful job. All right, let's try the other direction, or it's actually just the legs start wide. So let's try with the legs wide, so I can remember how to keep this one up. So start with the legs a little, like shoulder width or a little wider, and press up and over so the legs are wide to start, and then bring them together. Flex the feet and the heels are pressing back. You roll down. When you get to 90, point the toes, and then continue to let those legs go down to 45. Separate them and bring them back up to 90. So they're separated at 90. So we press up and over, the legs wide. Bring them together. Roll it down. Point the toes at the ceiling. Come down to 45. Separate the legs and bring them back up to 90. Yeah, so try that a couple times. And then we'll give it a break. Yeah, and you really want good, and you really want to use those abs. Your abs, your core is doing most of the work to press you up and over. Your hands are helping a little, but you really shouldn't need them. And then after you've done that last one, just bring your knees into the chest, give it a rock. Nice job. Really good work, right? A lot of control there with the pelvis. When you're ready, rock it up to sitting, and we'll flip over to all fours for cat, cow, and some other things. So let's come to that all fours position. Love the all fours position. Spread the fingertips wide. I like to have my index finger pointing at 12 o'clock. And then you want to make sure that there's equal weight on all fingers. This would be, if you were going to do a handstand or you were going to do a plank, this is always the hands. This is where you want your hand position. Of course, the wrist right under the shoulders. So it's just good whenever we practice anything in this position to practice these hands. The next thing you want to do is push the mat away. When you do that, you separate through the shoulders and you dome up a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And that just locks the shoulder girdle in place so that if you want to do, let's do it. Let's just step into a high plank. So when you step into that high plank, you engage the quads, press back through the heels. You're solid here, a solid position because you're pushing the mat away. All right, we don't now let's do this. We're going to do a chest drop. This is fun. This wasn't on the program, but I love this. This is really great. So what you're going to do is bring the shoulder blades together and let the chest drop down. And then push the mat away. And the shoulder blades separate. Right? And do that again. The chest drops down. The shoulder blades come together, scapular retraction, and then you push them away. Do like 3 more of those. We do this, we've also done this from the all-fours position. So Veronique, engage your quads. Engage your quads. That's going to keep your hips from sinking down. So just that you're just working from here.
Oh,
These stay up. Yeah, these stay here. Now go. Chest go down. Chest goes down. Yes.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all it is. It's just for your shoulders. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And so you can also do it from the all fours like this, right? And it's just to get those shoulders mobile and to understand those 2 positions, which is really important in all of our planks. And again, if you were going to do a handstand, which I know you guys are all going to do someday. It's on your bucket list. All right. Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's do a cat-cow. So we're going to inhale. And the tailbone reaches up to the ceiling, and so does the chest and the forehead. The arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. And exhale and round. And arch. This always feels wonderful. And then come back to neutral spine. So neutral spine is that you are looking right down at your mat or at the top edge of your mat, and your head, the top of your head is really your straight line right down your tailbone. Let's reach the right arm out, palm in, left leg back, lift it off the mat, and find your balance here. Now, important in this position that the hips are square. That means when you lift that left leg, the hip doesn't go out to the left. So the 2 hip points, if they have headlights on them, would face right down at the mat. Flex that left foot for a minute to just, all 5 toes should be facing down at the mat. If they're not, if they're facing sideways, that means your hip is out. Then point the toe. Let's just do lower and lifts here. So I'm going to lower my arm and leg, and I'm going to reach it up and lower and reach. So the glutes are working here. And there's some pelvic stability going on here as well. And then hold it up at the top. Bring it out to the diagonal. Bring it back to center. One more time to diagonal. And center. Bring it down. Right. Left arm out. Right leg back. And making sure that your hips are square. You can flex the feet. 5 toes facing down. Point. And then lower. And reach. Lower. And reach. Lower. 2 more. And nose lifts. It's really length. Hold it here. Keep the length and go out to the diagonal. And back to center. And diagonal. And center. Beautiful. Bring it in. Tuck the toes. Sit back on the heels. Roll the wrists. Let's do it, guys. All right. From here, we're going to go right down to the swan. Let's go down to the swan. We got to get the swan in. A couple of things to do. Here. So tip of the nose on the mat. This again, this first one, the swan, is for the hip flexor stretch. So that's all we're trying to do here. Maybe hands are a little wider than the mat and forward of your ears, so you can straighten the arms. Press the tops of the feet down, and the kneecaps come up off the mat, so the quads are engaged, and just press up. And as you press up, you're thinking about the shoulders down away from ears. You can push the mat away as if you're trying to push it forward. And then come up to a point where you feel a beautiful stretch in the front of the hips, but no pain in the low back. So Helen, if you want to move your hands forward, yeah, you can do that just to have a little more leverage there on the mat. Yeah. Inhale at the top. Exhale, pull the mat forward. If you're trying to lengthen through the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. Tip of the nose on the mat. Let's inhale and go back up. Exhale and come back down. One more time, press it up. Let's do our neck rolls this time. We'll start left. Let's look over the left shoulder. And then chin comes to chest. Let the head hang. And relax. We'll come all the way over. We look over the right shoulder. We look straight ahead. Look over the right shoulder. And chin to chest. Look over the left shoulder. And straight ahead. And pull the mat toward you. Come all the way down. Nice. Okay, we're going to do the iguana. We're going to bring the hands out to the side, tent the fingers, and the elbows are facing up toward the ceiling. So we kind of look like an iguana, which is why it's called that. Yeah, right. So on the inhale, the head, chest, and shoulders lift up. You're still looking down at the mat. So shoulder blades come together. So that's the inhale. The exhale is reach the arms out to the side. Inhale, bring them back in. Exhale, lower it down. Again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach it out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale in. Exhale down. Now, one little note here. Continue. Close your eyes, actually. This is going to be better. Close your eyes when you do it because then your neck's going to stay nice and long. All right, so inhale, press it up. Better. Exhale, reach it up. Yes. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, bring it down. Yeah, because when you open your eyes, you want to look straight ahead, and that's not good because then your neck is not long. The back of your neck is not long. Yeah. Good Lord. Whoa. Good. All right, and rest at the bottom. And we're going to do Skydiver. So Skydiver is a progression here. It's going to be weird with this thing here. I'll tell you what the progression is. The first one is just the upper body. So the arms are in goalpost. All right, so the first one is we lift, we straighten, we come in. All right, so that's the first one. The second one is we just add the legs. And then the third one is we lift. The third one is we lift, we bend them both. We straighten. So the third one, we'll start with the arms in Y. You can start with them all in Y if you want. I don't know, let's start with them in Y, then we'll be consistent. So the arms are in a Y, kind of Supermanish. Yeah, tip of the nose on the mat. The legs aren't doing anything, just press tops of the feet into the mat and lift the kneecaps. Okay, so start with the hands all the way down on the mat. Relax on the mat. Yeah, okay. So on the inhale, head, chest, shoulders, arms only, reach up. Yeah, there you go. Look down at the mat. Now, bend the elbows in towards the sides. Bring them in as far as you can go. In, yep. Shoulder blades are together. Beautiful. Reach them back out and bring it down. Yes. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale, reach. And exhale down. Beautiful. Just do one more of those. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbows in. Inhale, reach it out. This is so good for the back body. Exhale down. We're going to keep going. Inhale, lift arms and legs this time. Arms and legs. Lift. Beautiful. Now just the arms. The elbows bend. They come in. Reach the arms out. Lovely. And down. Take a breath. Take a breath here. This is a lot. Let's do 2 of the ones with the legs. Okay, and then we'll call it. It's a lot for the brain. All right, here we go. Ready? Inhale. Everything lifts up. Exhale, bend knees and elbows. There you go. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, bring it down. Yes, you got it. Try that again. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, bend the elbows and knees. Inhale, reach it out. And exhale down. Beautiful. Place the hands under the shoulders and take a child's pose. Nice job, you guys. There's a little coordination there. You guys are ready to skydive now. Got it. Can you imagine having to be in that position? No. You know, in the air going, all right, when's the song ends? This is not very comfortable. Oh, gosh.
That's not good going.
Yeah, that's how we strengthen the back, and it's great for the posture as well. All right, we're just about out of time, but you know how I am about planks. So we have to get a plank in before we get done. So the planks I want to do are just 2. It's going to be a forearm plank, and it'll be the knee taps alternating, and then both knees tap. And then hip taps. So the hip taps, so that the edges of the feet comes down and you tap. You don't have to actually tap the hip. You're just really bringing it to the side. And you'll feel it in your obliques. Okay. So we start in all fours. Index finger facing 12. Those fingertips. All right, and then we come down to the forearms. Elbows right up, shoulders. Make fists if you want. And step it back. Right leg steps back. And left leg steps back. And engage the quads. When you engage the quads, that's going to keep your hips from sagging down. And from here, we tap the right and up, left and up, right and up, left and up, right and up, left and up, right and up, left and up. 2 more each side. And right and left. Now hold them up. Let's tap them both down. Both tap down. And up, down, and up, down, up, down, and up, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Hold it here. Now rock it forward. Pass it back. Rock it forward. And back. And back. One more time forward. Beautiful job. Bringing these down. So that was, I was just playing with you there because that was a minute. Holy plank. So I just wanted to keep you going until we hit a minute. You did. That's good. So give those shoulders a little rest for 3 seconds. And then we'll do the hip. And then we'll do our final thing. Here. All right, so once again, tuck the toes. Elbows around your shoulders. Come back up into plank. And then shift to the edges of the feet and hip taps down. So this really gets you prepped for the side plank. So the feet are already doing what you need to do. And your hips are moving to the side. So keep going with those. You really feel those obliques helping you. And when your shoulders get tired, and when you've had your fill, just come down to your knees and your hips. Your shoulders. Yeah. Take the child's pose knee. Move to our final downward facing dog. The loud people. Those happy people. Those happy boot camp people. All right. So come to all fours. Tuck the toes. Do a down dog here. Inverted V. Press the hips up toward the ceiling and the heels down into the mat. Your gaze is at your ankles. Your tailbone is reaching up toward the ceiling. And you're going to melt your chest down toward your thighs. 3 breaths here. It should be a nice restorative pose. Lift the heels up off the mat. Place them back down. And tailbone reaches up. And then stretch through the back body. And then walk the hands towards the feet. See if you can place opposite hand on opposite ankle. Forward fold. Pull your torso towards your knees. You can bend your knees, of course, if you need. And let the hands hang down to the mat. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale. Exhale, straighten it. This time we'll roll it up. Inhale in. Exhale, roll it up.
It's amazing doing one class. How you gain flexibility.
How do you gain what?
I mean, I couldn't even get close to the ground.
Oh, yeah,
And that's
right.
amazing. Like after the class,
Yeah, we did a
stretch
lot
your
of
hamstring stretch.
roll. Let's bring that heels together and the toes apart. Now this is an active pose here, so we're externally rotating the legs. We're pressing the heels together, and you feel that wrapping sensation. You should also notice that your weight is evenly distributed over all the toes and the heels. So you're right, just a nice straight center line here. Keep pressing those heels together. Inhale, bring them up. Reach back. And exhale, bring them down. Pressing those heels together. Inhale up. And reach it back. And exhale down. 2, 1. Reach. This time hands to heart center. And the exhale. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So glad you guys came. Thank you, Jayne. I have to go into the office today.
Oh no.
I haven't been into the office in a year.
Oh wow.
Such an interesting.
Yeah, and
Wow.
so we're moving our office, so it's just about moving. But like, I don't remember how to get. Remember, it's It's downtown Boston.
Oh, my God.
So I gotta go, go 93, so wait till the traffic's gone, I'll go at 10.
Where are you moving to?
We're moving to Government Center, so
Oh,
not.
still downtown.